The alert came while I was sitting in a budget meeting pretending to care about printer expenses. Motion detected. Living room camera. I almost ignored it. We'd installed the cameras after a package thief hit our street twice. Mostly they recorded empty rooms, shifting sunlight, and the occasional heroic performance by our dog, Milo, barking at dust. I tapped the notification anyway. The thumbnail loaded. My living room, noon light, couch, coffee table, and a woman bending down near the bookshelf. That was normal. Tuesday was cleaning day. But then she stood up, and Daniel walked into frame behind her. I frowned. He was supposed to be in Denver on a 3-day supplier visit. I dropped him at the airport myself yesterday morning. Watched him go through security. Got the boarding now text. I tapped live view. The feed opened without sound first, just motion, and something about the way they were standing felt wrong. Not professional. Not distant. Close. Too close. I turned the volume on. She won't be back till after 6, the cleaner said. Her name was Tasha. Early 30s. Efficient. Quiet. Never chatty. The kind of worker you trust because she doesn't overshare. Daniel laughed softly. Comfortable laugh. Home laugh. Meeting days are my favorite days, he said. My brain stalled. Maybe he missed his flight. Maybe he came home sick. Maybe this was explainable. Then he touched her waist. Not accidental. Not friendly. Familiar. The room temperature around me seemed to drop 10 degrees. Across the conference table, someone was still talking about toner costs. On my phone, my husband slid his hand slowly around the woman who cleaned my house every Tuesday. I forgot to breathe. You okay, Lauren? My manager asked. I realized I was gripping my pen so hard it hurt. Yeah, I said automatically. Low blood sugar. Be right back. I stood, walked out, didn't remember the hallway. My hands were steady, which scared me because rage is supposed to shake you. Mine went surgical instead. I reopened the app and hit record clip. Evidence first. Breakdown later. They moved toward the kitchen, partially out of frame, then back, laughing, whispering, bodies angled with history, not impulse. This wasn't new. You don't stand like that the first time. My phone buzzed. A text from Daniel. Daniel landed. Back-to-back meetings. Might be slow to reply, red heart. The live feed showed him in my kitchen, right now, kissing her neck. Reality doesn't shatter loudly. It rewrites quietly. I screenshotted the message. Recorded another clip. Zoomed slightly. Her hand slid under his shirt. I turned the volume off. Not because of modesty, because I needed clarity, not sound. Footsteps approached behind me. Coworker heading to the restroom. I angled the phone away automatically. Instinct to protect his image still alive, even while watching him betray me. That realization hurt almost as much as the video. I stepped into the stairwell and sat down on the concrete step. Think, not react. Patterns surfaced fast once invited. His sudden insistence on Tuesday travel. The switch from hotel receipts to corporate billing. The new gym schedule that matched cleaning hours. The password change on the home alarm app, security upgrade, he'd said, then added me back later. Not later. After editing logs. I rewound the live feed 2 minutes. Playback showed them entering together from the garage door. He had a key. Of course he did. He lives there. But he told me he left straight from the airport to meetings. Timeline broken. Lie confirmed. I expected tears. None came. Instead, a strange calm, like my brain had moved into a control room behind glass. My phone pinged again. Camera notification. Bedroom motion detected. I actually laughed once, short, disbelieving. Wow. I whispered to the empty stairwell. You're bold. I opened that feed too. Empty. Then they entered frame, and I stopped the live view immediately. Not from denial. From decision. I didn't need more proof. I needed a plan. I checked the timestamp overlay. 12:14 p.m. Cleaning slot. 11:30 to 1:30. My calendar showed my next meeting at 1 o'clock. Plenty of time to leave. I opened rideshare, then canceled it. No. I wanted my car. Control matters in betrayal moments. As I walked back through the office, Everything looked fake. Motivational posters, polite smiles, normal keyboards clicking, like I'd slipped dimensions without anyone else noticing. In the elevator, Daniel texted again. "Daniel, miss you already." I replied for the first time. "Me? Send me a pic from the meeting room," slightly smiling face. 3 dots appeared instantly. Disappeared. Appeared again. Delay is confession's cousin. Daniel, can't. Client NDA, phones away. I saved the message beside the video clip. Evidence folder growing nicely. Halfway to the parking garage, my security app showed another alert. Garage door opened. I checked. They were leaving. Too soon. I switched back to live view. Tasha adjusted her hair in the reflective microwave door. Daniel fixed his collar, practiced, routine, post-event reset. Not first time. Definitely not. He kissed her quickly, efficient, scheduled. Affair with time management. She said something I could barely hear. I boosted volume just enough. Same time Thursday? He answered. Unless she changes her schedule again. She. Not my name. My role. I recorded that too. My car started on the first try, small mercy. I didn't speed. Anger that drives fast gets caught. Anger that drives smart gets truth. Halfway home, the doorbell camera pinged. Package delivery. Daniel stepped out, grabbed it, waved at the camera like the homeowner he absolutely was. Performance level flawless. I whispered to the windshield. Wave while you can. My phone rang, unknown number. I answered through the car speakers. Mrs. Whitaker? Female voice. Yes. This is Green Shield Home Services. Quick courtesy check. Your cleaner reported adding an extra hour today. Approval okay? I smiled, slow, sharp. Yes, I said. Let her stay as long as she wants. Because now, I wanted the full recording to be why the time I pulled into my street, my heartbeat had settled into something cold and functional. Shock had burned off. Strategy had taken over. I didn't park in the driveway. I stopped 2 houses down behind a landscaping truck and opened the camera app again. Garage view first. Empty. Kitchen view. Empty. Bedroom view. Empty and disturbingly neat. They were done. 15 minutes later, Daniel texted. Daniel. Back-to-back calls. You survive your meeting marathon? I took a screenshot, added it to the folder labeled Tuesday. I didn't answer. Instead, I scrubbed through the recordings frame by frame like an editor cutting a crime documentary. Entry time, 11:42 physical contact begins, 11:44 bedroom entry, 11:51 exit reset routine, 12:18 garage exit, 12:21. Duration tells history. That wasn't reckless. That was scheduled. My phone buzzed again, cleaning service app message. Tasha, marked job complete. Notes. Deep cleaned guest room plus master surfaces. Master surfaces. I almost admired the wording. I drove the rest of the way home and entered through the front door loudly on purpose. Keys, footsteps, presence. Even though I knew I was alone. The house smelled like lemon disinfectant and betrayal. Clean counters. Vacuum lines in the rug. Pillows perfectly centered. The same couch where he'd had his hand around her waist an hour ago. Order is offensive when truth is messy. I walked straight to the bedroom and stopped at the doorway. Bed remade. Different fold on Daniel's side. I notice folds. Always have. I took photos, not because sheets prove sex, but because pattern changes prove intrusion. Nightstand drawer slightly open. Inside. Condom box. We didn't use condoms. We hadn't in 3 years. I photographed that too. Then I sat on the edge of the bed and let exactly 30 seconds of feeling happen. It came in waves, humiliation first, then anger, then something heavier. Revision. Every late meeting. Every canceled lunch. Every sudden gym shower. Memory refiled under evidence. My phone rang. My sister, Maya. I almost didn't answer. But Maya is my emotional fire extinguisher, calm under chaos. A divorce attorney who says uncomfortable truths before dessert. Why are you calling midday? She asked. I caught Daniel cheating, I said. Silence, short, professional. Then, Proof or suspicion? Video. Good, she said immediately. I blinked. Good. Proof is clean. Suspicion is expensive. Talk. I gave her the compressed version, cleaner, husband, cameras, clips. With employee? She asked. Yes. On your property? Yes. Excellent. That word again. You're disturbingly calm, I said. I'm usefully calm, she corrected. Do not confront yet. I wasn't planning to. Secure copies in 3 places. Already on 2. 3. Working on it. Do you share cloud accounts? Yes. Stop syncing now. I opened settings while she talked and cut the link. Next, she said, financial snapshot. Today, before he senses trouble. Why? Because cheaters who plan schedules often plan exits. My stomach tightened, not panic recognition. I logged into our bank. Main checking normal. Savings lower than expected. How much should be there? She asked. About 80. What is there? 52. Difference timing? Last week. Download statements. Done. Credit card. Several hardware store charges I didn't recognize. Did you buy tools? She asked. No. Screenshot. Done. Do not change passwords yet, she said. Why not? Because awareness makes people hide better. I stood and walked back to the living room. Scene of the crime. Sunlight now shifted like nothing happened here at all. Next step? I asked. Behavior test, she said. Meaning? Force a lie you can measure. I smiled slowly. I already started. Oh. Asked for a meeting room photo. Good girl. As if summoned by strategy. Daniel texted again. Daniel, phone dying, long session, talk tonight. Battery excuse, classic. Ask him something only present people can answer, Maya said. I looked around my spotless living room. Idea formed. Meet Daniel. Quick. Where did I leave the blue warranty folder this morning? Need it for contractor. 3 dots. Pause. Dots gone. Back. Daniel, home office, top drawer, right side. Wrong. I'd moved it to the hall cabinet yesterday. Lie confirmed live. Got him, I said softly. Document everything, Maya replied. And Lauren? Yeah. Humiliation makes people confront. Strategy makes people win. We ended the call. I walked to the kitchen and opened the trash pullout. On top, cleaning wipes, paper towels, and a wine cork. We didn't open wine this week. I photographed it. Then I checked the recycling bin outside. Empty wine bottle, same brand Daniel claims gives him headaches. Interesting. Doorbell camera history, I scrubbed backward. 11:39. Tasha, arrival. 11:41. Daniel, arrival. Different cars. Same timing. Precision is romance's enemy and affair's best friend. My phone pinged, unknown number, text. He deletes faster than you think. No name. No signature. I typed back. Who is this? Reply came instantly. Someone who got lied to before you did. My pulse quickened. Not fear, curiosity. Proof? I typed. 3 seconds. A photo arrived. Daniel and Tasha. Restaurant booth. Date stamp. 3 months ago. Public place. Private touch. I sat back slowly. Wow. I whispered. Not new. Not recent. Established. I typed. Why send this? Answer. Because he's about to propose to you again. I stared at the screen. Again? My phone buzzed immediately after. Calendar notification I'd forgotten. Tonight, 7:30. Anniversary redo dinner. Dress nice. Created by Daniel. I laughed out loud this time. Affairs love ceremonies. I wrote back to the unknown sender. Keep sending. Response. Oh, I will. Camera alert popped up again. Front door, motion. Live view opened. Daniel walked in, suitcase in hand. Back from Denver. Right on schedule. I didn't move when the front door opened on the camera feed. I watched. Suitcase roll. Shoulder stretch. Casual scan of the room, the kind people do when they want to confirm they're unobserved. Not tired traveler energy. Stage entrance energy. He set the suitcase down, pulled out his phone, and typed. My phone buzzed immediately. Daniel, just landed, grabbing rideshare home. I smiled without humor. Live view showed him 10 feet from our couch. Consistency. I whispered. You almost had it. He walked to the kitchen, opened the fridge, grabbed water, drank like he'd been gone all day instead of busy. Then he did something new. He walked to the hallway thermostat and looked directly at it for 2 seconds. Most people glance. He inspected. I zoomed. Tiny black lens above the display. Detection sweep. He was checking for devices. Interesting. Affairs teach counter-surveillance. I backed out of the app and switched cameras to privacy mode. Let him think nothing was being watched now. Control is sometimes letting prey feel safe. I waited 3 minutes, then drove the rest of the way home and pulled into the driveway loudly this time. He heard the garage door and came out of the kitchen smiling, airport-weary performance fully loaded. Hey, he said, opening his arms. I walked into the hug. Not because I forgave, because proximity reveals scent. Different cologne. Not his. Thought you were landing later, I said into his shoulder. Caught an earlier flight, he replied smoothly. How'd you get home so fast from the airport? Carry on only. I pulled back and smiled. Efficient. He kissed my forehead, affectionate, practiced, and for the first time in my marriage, I felt like I was being handled, not loved. How was your day? He asked. Productive, I said. Yours? Brutal meetings. Get good photos? He blinked once, micro, but there. No phones allowed, remember? Right, I said. Secret toner summit. He laughed, relieved I made the joke. Liars love when you joke near truth. It feels like escape. I'm going to shower, he said. Airport grime. Of course. Evidence, rinse instinct. Go ahead, I replied. Dinner tonight, right? Yeah, wear the green dress I like. Affairs don't stop romance, they outsource it. When the bathroom water started, I moved. Suitcase first. Still by the entry bench. I didn't unzip. That shows disturbance. I photographed zipper position. Will dirt, baggage tag. Tag said, local, gate parking, not airline. He hadn't flown. He'd parked. I slid it back exactly how it was. Next, his car in the garage. I opened the door quietly and checked the hood. Warm. Not airport long trip warm. Local drive warm. I took a photo of the dashboard clock and mileage. Receipts in console. Parking garage, downtown. Timestamp 10:58 a.m. Same window as camera footage. Timeline sealed. Back inside, shower still running. Longer than normal. I walked to the laundry room and checked the cleaning supply shelf. One towel missing from the fresh stack. Bathroom hamper, top towel, damp, faint makeup tint. Tasha didn't wear foundation when she cleaned. She wore it today. I photographed. Phone buzzed. Unknown sender again. You're home now. I didn't react outwardly. How do you know? I typed. Because he canceled tonight's florist order. Florist? Seconds later, another screenshot arrived. Order cancellation email. Daniel's name, subject. Anniversary arrangement, canceled. Followed by a second screenshot. New order. Boutique hotel. Room setup, 9 p.m. Different location. Same night. Same romance budget. I exhaled slowly. Double booking, I murmured. Ambitious. Bathroom water stopped. I deleted the notification previews and set my phone face down. He came out in a towel. Hair wet, smile reset. You okay? He asked. You're quiet. Just tired, I said. Budget meetings. Worst. You have no idea. He laughed, walked to the closet, started dressing. Hey, I said lightly. Cleaner did a great job today. He didn't turn around. Nice. You see her? Pause. Tiny. No, why would I? Car was here when I drove by earlier. I wasn't, he said. Too quick, wrong tense. I meant her car. I replied gently. He relaxed again. Oh, yeah, good. Truth dodged by grammar accident. Did you move the blue warranty folder? I asked. What folder? The one you said was in the office drawer. I didn't say that. Yes, you did, Tex. He turned slowly. Must have misunderstood. I smiled. Gaslighting attempt, lazy version. We were leveling up now. Ready for tonight? He asked. Very. What do you want to do after dinner? Depends who I'm with, I said. He laughed. Flirt tone. Missed the blade.
Doorbell rang.
He frowned. You expecting something?
No.
He went to answer. I opened the doorbell cam on my phone instead of walking over. Tasha stood on the porch. Not in uniform. Hair down. Lipstick on. My husband froze mid-step. Performance engine stalled. I forgot something, she said sweetly. I walked up behind him and opened the door wider. Hi, I said warmly. Come in. Both of them looked at me. Only one of them knew I already knew. And that
Was about to change.
For half a second, nobody moved. Tasha stood on the porch with a polite service smile that didn't match her lipstick. Daniel stood barefoot behind the door, shoulders tight, brain clearly sprinting. I held the moment open on purpose. Come in, I repeated, stepping back. She hesitated, just enough to prove awareness, then walked inside with her cleaning tote held like a shield. Sorry, she said lightly. I left my AirPods somewhere. Client call later. Of course, I replied. Wouldn't want you to miss that. Daniel finally found his voice. Hey, I thought you finished already. I did, she said, not looking at him. Just came back quick. Their eye contact avoidance was synchronized. Rehearsed secrecy has choreography. Check wherever you need, I said. We're not going anywhere yet. Not tonight's hotel, I almost added. She moved down the hallway. Daniel turned to me fast, voice low. This is weird, he whispered. What is? I asked calmly. She's never come back before. People forget things. He studied my face, searching for suspicion, finding none, and that unsettled him more than anger would have. Control likes visible emotion. Calm breaks its instruments. I leaned closer and adjusted his collar slightly, intimate, normal, claiming space. You okay? I asked softly.
Yeah. Good.
Footsteps returned. Tasha held up her AirPods case. Found them, she said. Where were they? I asked. Bedroom. Of course. Glad that's resolved, I said with a warm smile. She nodded, then looked at Daniel. Quick, coded, question inside the glance. He didn't answer it.
Good.
Disruption achieved.
At the door she paused.
See you Thursday? I answered before he could. Actually, I said, I'll be home Thursday. Working remote. Her expression flickered. Not long, but measurable.
Oh, she said.
No problem. I can adjust. I'm sure you can. She left.
Door closed.
Silence expanded. Daniel exhaled hard. That was awkward.
Why?
I asked. Just unexpected. Life is like that lately, I said. He searched my tone again. Still nothing readable, and finally retreated to finish dressing. My phone buzzed. Unknown sender. She came back because he texted her that you might be suspicious. I didn't reply, because now I wanted voice, not text. Change of plans tonight. Daniel called from the bedroom. Restaurant's overbooked. I'm pivoting. Where to? I asked. Surprise. I love surprises, I said, and meant it differently now. At 6:10, he took a work call outside on the patio. I opened the patio camera feed. Muted, zoomed. He typed, deleted, typed again. Message preview mirrored to my iPad on the kitchen counter. Device he forgot was still linked. Daniel, Tasha. Hotel still on. Delay to 9:30. Play normal. Play normal. Instruction language. Affairs are project managed. I photographed the mirrored screen. Cloud backup now had video, texts, receipts, property logs, behavior samples. Case file, not heartbreak. He came back and smiling. Ready. Almost, I said. Need to grab something from the office. I went in, opened the desk safe, my safe where I keep passport, jewelry, and one sealed envelope Maya made me create 2 years ago labeled, "If you ever need leverage." Inside, Copies of asset titles and Daniel's old personal loan default. The one he begged me not to mention to anyone because it looked bad professionally. Leverage ages well. I put it in my bag. In the car, he held my hand like a husband in a commercial. "You're quiet," he said. "Observing," I replied. "Observing what?" "Patterns." He laughed lightly. "You and your patterns."
Yes.
Me and my patterns. We didn't go to a restaurant. We went to a rooftop bar first. Stalling move, kill time, align schedule with the hotel booking window. I checked the reservation board near the host stand while he was in the restroom. His name wasn't there. He came back with drinks already ordered.
Pre-stall planning.
"I love this place," he said. "You've been before?"
I asked.
"Once."
Lie.
Unknown sender texted again. "Room booked under D. Reed. Alias." I typed back. "You're close to him."
Why help me?
Answer came slower this time. "Because I was you last year." That landed. "Bathroom," I told Daniel, and stepped away to call Maya. "Timing?" she asked immediately.
Tonight, I said.
"Hotel setup." "Confront there," she said. "Public enough for safety. Private enough for truth." I want confession. Then ask logistics questions, not emotional ones. Example. Not "why did you cheat?" Ask how long, where, how paid, who knew. Liars prepare for feelings, not spreadsheets. I smiled. "You're scary. I'm effective." Back at the table, Daniel checked his watch. "You ready to head to dinner?" he asked. "Yes," I said. We drove, and I didn't comment when the GPS route matched the hotel address from the screenshot. He thought he was leading. I was confirming. Valet took the car. Lobby smelled like expensive flowers and hidden intentions. "Reservation for Reed," Daniel told the desk quietly. "Alias confirmed live." I stepped closer and wrapped my arm through his. "Happy anniversary, redo," I said sweetly. The clerk smiled. "Elevator to your right." Daniel looked at me, startled, calculating whether I knew. I smiled wider. Doors opened. We stepped in. As they closed, my phone buzzed one last time from unknown sender. "Camera in hallway mirror. Don't miss it." I looked up. Convex security mirror above the elevator bank. Recording everything. Perfect. The elevator ride was quiet enough to hear the cables hum. Daniel stood beside me, posture relaxed on the outside, but I could see the micro-tension in his jaw now. He knew something was off, just not what. "Nice place," I said casually, watching the floor numbers climb. "Thought you'd like it," he replied. "Change of scenery. Affairs love neutral territory." "No flowers?" I asked lightly. He blinked.
What?
"Nothing. Just expected romance staging." "Room service later," he said quickly. "Improvising."
Good.
Improvised lies wobble. The doors opened on the 9th floor. Soft carpet, muted lights, long hallway with gold-framed mirrors every 20 feet, including the convex security mirror the tipster mentioned. I glanced at it once, letting my face show calm. Documented calm is power. We stopped at 914. He used mobile key entry, not front desk cards, another planning detail. Inside, the room lights were already on. And the flowers were there after all. White roses, wine on ice, chocolate-covered strawberries. 2 glasses. Not 0. Not 1.
2.
He turned to measure my reaction. I gave him 1, just not the one he expected. "That's thoughtful," I said. Relief washed over his face, so visibly, it was almost sad. "I wanted to do it right this time," he said. "Again," I repeated softly. "What?" "Nothing." I walked slowly through the room, noting everything like an investigator, not a wife. Second robe already unfolded. Extra towel set on chair. Bluetooth speaker paired. Device name. Tasha J. Phone still visible on the display. He saw it a half second after I did. Reached fast. Powered speaker off. Too late. "Who's Tasha J?" I asked gently. He didn't answer immediately, and that was the confession preview. "Vendor rep," he said. "Used the room earlier for a meeting block." "In a robe?" He opened his mouth, closed it, new lie loading. I sat on the edge of the bed. Daniel, I said calmly, how long have you been sleeping with our cleaner? Silence detonated the room. His shoulders dropped, not outrage, surrender.
So he knew I knew.
Lauren. How long? Since spring. Specific. Truth tends to use calendars. Where? Mostly here. Not home. Interesting, controlled environment. Reduced camera risk, except he missed one. Who booked the rooms? I did. How paid? Business card. Who knew? No one.
Wrong.
Try again, I said softly. Who else knew? He swallowed. Front desk rotation. Maybe. Her. Yes. There it was, operational confession. Exactly like Maya predicted. Logistics questions pierce faster than emotional ones. Why keep the cleaning contract? I asked. Cover, he said, reflex, then realized what he admitted. Efficient, I replied. He sat in the chair across from me like a defendant waiting for charges. I was going to end it, he offered. Before or after tonight? He didn't answer. Knock at the door. 3 sharp taps. He froze. I didn't. Expecting room service?
I asked. No.
I stood and opened the door. Tasha stood there, dress, lipstick, confidence, ready for her time slot. Her smile collapsed when she saw me.
Oh,
She said. Yes, I replied.
oh.
Daniel stood up fast behind me. This isn't scheduled. I finished. Because your texts say it is. I held up my phone. Mirrored message visible.
His face drained.
Tasha looked at him, then at me, recalculating allegiance in real time. You told me she was suspicious, she said to him. Not present.
She is now, I said.
Security footsteps sounded behind her. Detective Morales and a uniformed hotel officer. Timing perfect. Morales nodded at me once. We're good. We're recorded, I said. Daniel looked between all of us like the room lost gravity. What is this? He demanded. 2 investigations, Morales said calmly. 1 financial, 1 civil. Tasha stepped back. I didn't steal anything. No, Morales said. You just helped hide timelines. She pointed at Daniel instantly. He planned everything. Of course she did. Affairs end with finger-pointing, not poetry. Morales turned to Daniel. Sir, we'll need your devices. This is about money? Daniel asked. It's about patterns, Morales replied. Money and marriage both. Daniel looked at me. Final appeal, last performance. Lauren, please. I met his eyes, steady, finished. You chose efficiency over honesty, I said. Turns out honesty keeps better records. Tasha tried one more pivot. He said you didn't care about him anymore. I smiled slightly. Cheaters always outsource blame. It's cheaper.
She had no reply.
Devices collected. Statements logged. Hotel hallway camera confirmed entry sequence and alias booking. Fraud extension evidence. By midnight, it was done. Not emotionally, legally. 3 weeks later, the divorce filing was clean, fast, devastating for him. Employment terminated, code of conduct violation involving vendor contractor. The cleaning company dropped her contract, not for the affair, for undisclosed client relationship risk. Patterns matter everywhere. Maya reviewed the settlement draft and grinned. Textbook containment. I signed. This time, I read every page. On my last walkthrough of the house, I stood in the living room where the first alert had appeared. Same couch. Same light. Different woman. My phone buzzed. Unknown sender again.
You did it right.
I typed back.
Who are you? Reply.
The wife before you. At his last job. Pattern confirmed one final time. I deleted the thread, opened the camera app, and turned off motion alerts. Not because I feared truth. Because now I owned it.